Design, for me, always starts with pencil and paper. Every single line I'll sketch and re-sketch until it's the right shape. I'll iterate through as many times on paper as possible, and then I'll go and approach the computer. So then I sit down and it kind of goes onto the screen really quickly and smoothly. Our project definition was pretty ambitious. It was quite simply to design the best bike in the world for cross-country race. We started with a blank canvas. We wanted to use our SmoothLink suspension, which is based off the ETSX, and we wanted to incorporate some look of the Element. So the shock had to be placed on the top tube for easy access to the Pro Pedal switch. But other than that, there really weren't any design restrictions. The specs were quite simply under 2 kilograms for the frame and shock. We wanted it to have a linear and rising suspension rate. This is based on many discussions with Jeff Kabush.
When I came to Rocky Mountain, the Vertex was already there, and it was obviously a great tool that I won my first World Cup on last year, but coming from a full suspension background, new Element was something that I was really excited to be involved with from the start. Some of the big characteristics I was looking for in the race bike, I think the most important thing was the weight, but we didn't want to sacrifice the stiffness in the bike. Everything's coming on target, so it's pretty exciting to see that the stiffness is there, the weight is there, and the suspension is working exactly how I'd hoped. The other really exciting aspect is this project has gone on. We've been able to bring Fox into the loop and have some test days where we've been able to run through 5 or 6 different shocks and 3 or 4 different forks, and it's pretty amazing the tuning that you can do now. And
we'll go to a firmer setting of the same shock.
To have that time with Fox working directly to really fine tune and get the suspension working exactly how I want it, it's been a huge benefit, and hopefully we'll see the results of that out on the track. It feels a lot more efficient, probably because I'm staying higher in the stroke.
I've been working on this bike for about 8 months or so. There's a couple things there I'm happy with. This bike can swap between 95 mils of travel and 120 mils of travel just by swapping the rear shock and the links. There's a sag indicator machined right into the linkages that shows you where 0, 25 and 100% travel is. I also like the unsupported seat mast. Gives it a unique look. One thing we did to drop weight was the seat stays are actually 2 separate blades. When you bolt the shock into the frame, it functions as a yoke, providing rear end stiffness. Also, this frame has no aluminum in it at all. Bearings drop into carbon fibers, BB presses into carbon fiber shell. Everything is carbon fiber. It makes for a light, durable frame. And there's only 2 ball bearings on the whole bike, and the rest is the angular contact bushings. And what that means is that they're 45-degree polymer bearings, which makes the pivot extremely laterally stiff and obviously very light. And that allows us to remove carbon from the frame. You know, once you cut a mold, the only variable left is to tweak for stiffness and strength is the layup of the fibers. So this bike, I spent a lot of time doing finite element analysis on the outer shell of the frame, really optimize the tube shapes for light weight and high strength. We really wanted to make this bike 100%. When we're working on projects, I feel like we can give ourselves a grade. We know ourselves how well we've done, and this bike, we've put everything into it. I think we deserve an A+ on this one.